Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The NFL world woke up to absolute shock today as the Pittsburgh Steelers officially announced the arrival of a brand new quarterback. And not just any quarterback, but the electric, dynamic, and supremely talented Jayden Daniels. The entire sports media landscape is buzzing right now because no one saw this move coming. Not in this fashion, not this quickly, and certainly not with the level of commitment the Steelers appear ready to make. For weeks, there were whispers about Pittsburgh being unsettled with their quarterback situation, frustration about the lack of offensive spark, the inability to keep up with the offensive explosions happening around the league. But turning those concerns into such a bold move, grabbing Daniels, the reigning college superstar who many believed was destined to sit behind a veteran before making his mark, feels like the Steelers just pressed fast forward on the future. Jayden Daniels is not just another rookie or another experiment. He's the kind of prospect that brings new energy to a locker room and a fan base that has been craving something different. This isn't just a signing. It feels like a declaration of intent, a statement that Pittsburgh wants to compete now. If you rewind just a few months, the conversation around Pittsburgh was all about whether they would ride with their current quarterbacks, maybe draft a mid-level prospect, or possibly swing a trade for a veteran who could stabilize the offense. Nobody thought they would be the ones to land Jayden Daniels, especially with so many other quarterback-needy teams hovering around. It looked like the Commanders, the Raiders, or even the Patriots might go all in, but the Steelers somehow maneuvered behind the scenes and pulled off the kind of surprise that changes the trajectory of a franchise overnight. The front office kept everything under wraps, playing their cards close to the chest. And now here we are, staring at a completely redefined Steelers offense. Think about it. The same organization that built its identity on rugged defense, ground-and-pound running, and toughness in the trenches just hitched its wagon to one of the most explosive playmakers college football has seen in years. Daniels brings speed, creativity, and the ability to make something out of nothing, a skill set Pittsburgh hasn't had a quarterback in decades. Fans are ecstatic, critics are stunned, and opponents are already rewriting their scouting reports. Jayden Daniels is coming off a Heisman-level season in college, a campaign filled with highlight reel plays, breathtaking scrambles, and deep bombs that left defenses gasping. The man didn't just play football. He orchestrated chaos with precision, and that chaos now belongs to the Steelers. Imagine a quarterback who can evade the rush, extend plays with his legs, and still deliver accurate passes downfield. That's exactly what Daniels brings. The Steelers' wide receivers, who have been starving for consistency and a true leader under center, must be smiling ear to ear. Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth. Suddenly they go from being stuck in offensive purgatory to playing in a system that could maximize their talent. Of course, there are questions like how quickly Daniels can adapt to the speed of the NFL, how the offensive line will hold up, and whether Mike Tomlin and his staff can build a system tailored to his strengths. But make no mistake, the buzz is real. Daniels is a superstar in the making, and the Steelers just became one of the most intriguing teams to watch this upcoming season. Pittsburgh football feels alive again. From a narrative standpoint, it's almost poetic. The Steelers, a franchise steeped in history, known for their 6 Super Bowls, for Big Ben's long era of stability, for defensive legends and smash-mouth football, are turning the page in dramatic fashion. They didn't settle for average. They didn't settle for good enough. They took a swing that could redefine the AFC North landscape. Imagine a division already stacked with Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Deshaun Watson, now adding Jayden Daniels into that mix. It's going to be fireworks twice a year, rivalries reaching a new level, and AFC North games transforming into must-watch television. Daniels versus Lamar feels like a duel between 2 track stars disguised as quarterbacks. Daniels against Burrow feels like the ultimate test of youth versus established precision. Every storyline is amplified by this move, and it all adds to the rich tapestry of football drama. The NFL thrives on moments like this, Those unexpected moves that flip everything upside down and force us to reimagine the hierarchy. Pittsburgh didn't just add a player. They injected adrenaline into the entire league conversation. Daniels in black and gold is the story no one saw coming, but everyone will now obsess over. The fan reaction has been overwhelming, with social media exploding in a matter of minutes after the announcement. Videos of Daniels' highlights are flooding timelines. Fans are photoshopping him in Steelers jerseys, and the city of Pittsburgh is buzzing with excitement. Some are calling it a gamble, some are calling it genius, but almost everyone agrees it's bold. And bold is what Pittsburgh needed. The city has been yearning for a new face of the franchise, someone to rally behind, someone to believe in. Daniels has that charisma, that energy that draws people in, makes them feel like they're part of something special. For the younger fans, this is their moment to connect with a new star. For the older fans, it's a reminder that the Steelers are still a franchise that chases greatness, not mediocrity. The press conferences, the first practices, the first preseason snaps. Every detail will be scrutinized and celebrated. Daniels doesn't just join a team. He inherits a legacy, and Pittsburgh expects him to carry that torch with pride. Whether he shines immediately or faces early struggles, the narrative has already been written. Jayden Daniels is the future of the Steelers, and the future has arrived faster than anyone expected. Of course, behind all the hype, there are lingering whispers about how exactly the Steelers pulled this off. What deals were made, what draft picks were shifted, and what veterans might have been sacrificed to make room for such a monumental move. Rumors are flying that internal discussions have been ongoing for weeks, but only a tiny circle of decision-makers knew the real plan. Some believe it was ownership pushing for a bold shift, while others say the coaching staff was desperate for a spark. Whatever the truth, the secrecy only adds to the shock factor. Even rival teams are reportedly caught off guard. Some executives left scratching their heads, wondering how Pittsburgh outmaneuvered everyone. It's the kind of strategic play that can reshape reputations in the front office and redefine how fans view their leadership. Suddenly, General Manager Omar Khan is being hailed as a mastermind. Mike Tomlin is being praised for his adaptability, and the Steelers as a whole are being celebrated for refusing to play it safe. This isn't just about football. It's about identity, about risk, about daring to believe that greatness requires boldness. And Pittsburgh just proved they're willing to bet everything on a star. The second layer of this story dives deeper into the possibilities, the risks, and the ripple effects that Jayden Daniels brings to the Steelers organization. Football is never just about one player, but when that player is a quarterback with superstar potential, the dynamics shift instantly. Daniels represents not just a new face under center, but an entirely new philosophy. Pittsburgh has always leaned on defense and power running to win games. Yet now they seem ready to embrace creativity, improvisation, and the kind of modern offense that thrives in today's NFL. This move signals a potential transformation of the entire Steelers' identity, a bold pivot toward a new brand of football. For years, critics said Pittsburgh was stuck in the past, failing to adapt to the new wave of offensive innovation sweeping the league. With Daniels, that accusation ends. The team now has someone who can compete with the high-octane offenses that dominate headlines every Sunday. But there's a flip side, too. When you put so much faith in a young player, the pressure can be suffocating. Every pass, every scramble, every decision will be magnified. Daniels is stepping into the spotlight, and the world will be watching closely. The coaching staff faces one of the biggest challenges of their careers, building a system that maximizes Daniels' unique skill set while minimizing the risks of inexperience. You can't just plug him into a traditional Steelers playbook and expect results. You have to reimagine the offense from the ground up. That means new schemes, new formations, and potentially even new assistant coaches to handle the workload. Imagine a Pittsburgh offense built around spread concepts, run-pass options, quick strikes, and design quarterback runs. It would be a complete departure from the conservative, ground-heavy systems of the past. And while that sounds exciting, it also requires patience, discipline, and creativity. Daniels must learn to balance his instincts with NFL-caliber reads. knowing when to take risks and when to protect the ball. Tomlin's leadership will be crucial, keeping Daniels grounded, shielding him from unnecessary noise, and making sure the locker room buys into this new era. Because make no mistake, a move like this can divide a team if not handled properly. Veterans accustomed to one way of doing things must adapt, and young players must step up. This is a revolution in Pittsburgh football, and revolutions aren't always smooth. Still, the upside is impossible to ignore. Imagine Heinz Field. Excuse me, Acrisure Stadium. Roaring as Daniels takes the field for the first time, the energy in the stands electric, fans ready to witness history. Every scramble that breaks free for 20 yards will send waves through the crowd. Every perfectly placed deep ball will make jaws drop, and every touchdown will feel like confirmation that the Steelers made the right choice. Daniels isn't just a player. He's an entertainer, someone who makes football fun to watch again. The league thrives on stars, and Pittsburgh might have just found their next one. The jersey sales, the media appearances, the primetime games, it's all coming, and it's all bigger than football. Daniels has the kind of charisma that can elevate an entire city, bringing national attention back to Pittsburgh in a way it hasn't experienced since the height of Ben Roethlisberger's prime. But unlike Big Ben, Daniels offers a style of play that aligns perfectly with modern fans' craving for speed, agility, and unpredictability. If he delivers even half of the promise people believe he has, the Steelers won't just be relevant again. They'll be must-see television every single week. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. But let's not sugarcoat it. The road ahead won't be easy. Every rookie quarterback faces growing pains, and Daniels will be no different. NFL defenses are faster, smarter, and more punishing than anything he's ever faced. Mistakes will happen, interceptions will sting, and losses will test his resilience. The real question is how Daniels and the Steelers will respond to those inevitable setbacks. Will they stick to their vision, double down on their belief in his talent, and give him time to grow? Or will impatience creep in, with fans and analysts demanding instant success? History tells us that even the greatest quarterbacks struggled early. Look at Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, or even Patrick Mahomes before his breakout. The Steelers have to walk a fine line between patience and urgency, knowing that while Daniels has the tools to succeed, it's the environment around him that will determine how quickly he blossoms. Protection from the offensive line, reliable receivers, and a strong running game are all critical factors. If Pittsburgh fails to support him, all the talent in the world might not be enough. That's the gamble they've taken, and only time will reveal the payoff. Meanwhile, the ripple effect across the league is massive. Other teams who passed on Daniels or failed to make a move for him will be scrutinized. Rival general managers will face tough questions. Did they underestimate Pittsburgh's aggressiveness? Did they miscalculate his value? Or did they simply get outplayed? The AFC North, already a battlefield, becomes even more unpredictable with Daniels in the mix. Analysts will debate whether Pittsburgh now has one of the most dynamic quarterback rooms in football or whether they've taken on unnecessary risk in a division loaded with established stars. Fans of rival teams are already trash-talking, claiming Daniels won't survive the physicality of AFC North defenses, while Steelers fans are firing back with confidence that their new quarterback is built for the challenge. This is what football thrives on: passion, debate, and rivalry. Daniels' arrival has turned up the heat in a division that was already intense, and every matchup will now carry even more weight. Pittsburgh has altered the storyline not just for themselves, but for the entire league, and the NFL calendar suddenly looks more exciting because of it. At the end of the day, this move feels like more than just football. It feels like destiny colliding with opportunity. Jayden Daniels landing in Pittsburgh is the kind of headline that transforms a franchise's legacy and rewrites the script of an entire league. Whether he succeeds or stumbles, his presence alone guarantees that the Steelers are relevant, that they're part of the national conversation, that they're a team you cannot ignore. And for a franchise with the history, pride, and tradition of Pittsburgh, that matters more than anything. Daniels now carries the weight of expectation, the hopes of a city, and the challenge of proving he can translate college brilliance into NFL greatness. If he does, we could be talking about a new era of Steelers dominance, one defined by speed, creativity, and excitement. If he doesn't, this will be remembered as one of the boldest gambles in franchise history. Either way, the story is unforgettable, the buzz is undeniable, and the spotlight is fixed squarely on Pittsburgh. The Steelers have spoken. The future is here, and his name is Jayden Daniels. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.